Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, y'all. Thanks for coming in to Larger Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button and smash the subscribe button on your way in. If you haven't already, go ahead and ring my bell, okay, so you can get notified next time I upload a video and so you can become part of the beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. You guys, I am here. It's Friday. It was freezing in my house. It's 37 in California at 8:30 in the morning. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that when I got up this morning, it was about 35, 34. There was frost everywhere, frost on the ceiling. I mean, frost on the roof shingles and all that, and on the ground. My dog did not want to go outside for the morning, um, you know, relief. But they had to because that's where they go. Okay. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. If you can hear me, put a one in the chat. Right on. If you can hear me, put a one in the chat. Let's see. What's she doing? Grand Rising, you guys. Let's give people a. I popped on real fast. I like. What's she doing? Grand Rising, you guys. Look, I'm going to go ahead and give my own damn self a like. That's right. That's right. So, look, we are here in the house of Larger Curves this Friday, and we're here to talk about Real Housewives of Miami real quick, because I finally watched it last night, and I was like, what in the heck is going on here? Yes. Because, okay, so on this thing, Real Housewives of Miami was very good. Um, there were a couple things that stood out. We're not going to have to go through the whole thing. There's a lot of places here on the YouTube that they will give you a play-by-play recap of what happened on Real Housewives of Miami. But here on Larger Curves, I'm just going to talk to you about what stood out to me. And we're going to pick up in the gondola where the ladies stop at the baby doll island, the Bruja Island, where they go to do the Bruja witchcraft. Oh my gosh. So last episode ended with them seeing some dolls and Julia being very emotional about those dolls that were all strung up, and the urban legend was that somebody had drowned in the river, and so a man put up a doll so that the baby's ghost could have a doll to play with. But the man never stopped putting dolls up and just kept putting them up and putting them up and putting them up, and they said he went crazy. And now the island is someplace where they let brujas, which is a witch, come to do spells, and that the doll's eyes be changing color and all kind of stuff, you guys. Look, Julia, Gertie, and Kiki stayed on the boat. Let's just say that. Marisol, who else got off the boat? Adriana and Lisa, were those the ones who got off the boat? Yeah, they got off the boat because they said they had to use the bathroom, but Adriana was going around talking to the people and looking at the stuff, and then they were saying that it smelled like death, and no, that it smelled like witchcraft or death or something. And they asked Adriana, what does that smell like? And she said cat piss. Adriana is hilarious. So then they finally get off the boat, and on the way back to the thing, Gertie was having a full-on medical episode, and they were arguing on the boat, and we saw Gertie last week have a reaction to the negativity that's constantly being forced on her by her air quote friends, and who literally, I was saying last week, they don't give a damn about Gertie. They don't give a damn about Gertie, her well-being, or her health. They're just all there to create a moment. I was really appreciating that Real Housewives of Miami felt like they really knew each other and maybe cared about each other. But actions speak louder than words, you guys. And these bitches don't care about nothing but themselves, as far as I'm concerned. Their friend said, I have cancer. Can you be positive around me? And all they do is argue every time they get her in a room away from her positive husband. So I wasn't with that. But she started having, like, she was throwing up. Kiki and Nicole very much do really care for Gertie, I think. But even them, unless it's edited out, we don't often see them in the midst of all this toxicity and negativity when they see their friend Gertie having a visceral reaction. They don't tell the other ladies to STFU and let's try to have some fun so we can keep this energy right for our friend. They don't do that, but they do tend to her after, um, which I appreciate. Uh, Dr. Nicole Martin, thank God for her. She was able to stay with Gertie and suggest she get the Zofran. And Gertie got an IV of Zofran and she was feeling back to her wonderful Gertification self. Thank God for an IV drip of Zofran, you guys. They gave me that when I was pregnant because I would get the morning sickness every morning. For 9 months, I got morning sickness with my baby. And they gave me that Zofran. I would chew them like they were freaking Tic Tacs, y'all. Man. But it really helps. So I was thankful that she got off the boat, thankful that she got rejuvenated, thankful that Dr. Nicole stayed. I always love a scene with Gertie and her husband. Of course, she needed to see him on the phone and he reassured her. She reassured him. I love their relationship. Shout out to true love. Okay. Hashtag love wins. And then the ladies are all getting dressed because now it's time for Adriana's big performance. Oh my gosh, Miami's hot, 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 hot fire. Yes, Miami's hot, 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 hot fire. And Adriana went up there with her Republican and Democrat out. And she had her little clappers out and her big feather thing. It was so cute. And I thought she did good. And yes, Marisol, she was lip syncing. Duh. They didn't even have time to practice. Of course, she was freaking lip syncing. You guys landed yesterday. She practiced one time. Of course, she's lip syncing, Marisol. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And if you can't carry a note, then find a pail with five handles so that you can carry a note, Marisol. But do not hate on Adriana in this moment. Or whoever was saying, what's going on here? Is she lip syncing? Duh. That's what people do at festivals. They lip sync. Especially when they're in a new country and they haven't had a sound check yet. Duh. They would be trying to hate on Adriana all the time, semi-hate off of her anyway. But I think Emilio Estevan would have been very freaking proud of the performance that Adriana did. She looked fantastic. She's in her element. And a shout out to the over 40 something pop stars jumping off. You guys, follow your dreams. Age is just a number. Ask Aaliyah. And if you have something you want to do and you think, oh, I'm too old, don't think that stuff. Put that thought out of your mind. You can do, be anything you set your mind on. It's not hocus pocus, you guys. It's focus. And whatever you focus on, you can surely attain. Look at Adriana. She don't have no husband. She's sad about her son growing up. She's always, I'm lonely. I don't have this. I don't have that. But she had a dream in her heart, you guys. She wanted to still sing. And she didn't let it die. And now Gloria Estefan's husband, Emilio Estefan, and her teamed up to do this stuff. That is a clear symbol to anybody, regardless of your age or situation. Go for your dreams, you guys. And who knows, maybe you'll be up on the stage with your Republican and Democrat and a big flower flaunts doing your thing too next freaking festival. I thought it was fabulous. She did great. She was having the best time. Now the crowd, I'm not sure if in Mexico they don't know what Miami hot fire is, but it seemed like the crowd was into it kinda. She wasn't like Menudo or anything. They weren't like, Adriana, there wasn't all like that. I don't even know if they really know who she was, y'all. Anyway, but she did great. So then they get off the stage and they go home and they went up to the penthouse at Alexia's. Since Sebastian's not here, I can say it any way I want. Alexia, and who's been doing really good this season, which is part of why I haven't been saying her name like that, because she deserves me to say her name correctly, you guys, because she has not been acting ugly, which is why I was calling her Alexia. In addition to phonetically saying her name that way made me remember how to say it. So, yeah, so they go up to the penthouse and they're having their drinks and they're getting ready to get their wristbands for the party. Now, let me go back to the a moment before. So on the boat, remember last episode when Lisa Hochstein was standing over Kiki Barth and being super aggressive and hostile with my melanated goddess Kiki Barth for no apparent reason other than she was having another Lenny meltdown. And of course, because it's all about Lisa in Lisa's world, you know, when you have bubbles, the type that are Lisa and Doritos, you don't really have to worry about or concern yourself with the others of the world. I mean, when your bubble's totally intact, you can just float through life and, like, you know, do whatever you want, and you don't even have to really look around because your bubble protects you so much, you know. So you don't have to be socially aware, you don't have to be politically correct, you don't have to try to make any like adjustments on your personality, because in your bubble you're what matters, right? And that's fine. That's fine. I want a bubble. I got a bubble. You got a bubble. We all got those. However, most bubbles try to, what's that word? Where you try to at least understand the other people on the other side of the bubble. Lisa doesn't have that. And her first cousin, who I'm positive must be her first cousin, freaking Doritos and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she don't have it either, y'all. Anyway, and they're very similar in how they treat melanated people. So, Lisa was throwing stuff to the dogs, threw up and stood up aggressively at Kiki. Kiki then stood up at her after tossing a juice box in their direction. I think it actually really might have hit Gertie because Gertie was like, really, Kiki? But of course, Lisa, in her Karen-ass manner, who can do no wrong, and she deserves all of the forgiveness and room for mistakes. Nobody else gets that. We've literally heard about Lenny for 2 years, you guys. Lisa Hochstein has for 2 years hijacked every scene possible with Lenny talk. Okay? Literally for 2 freaking years. And as a viewer, me and Kiki are in complete agreement that we're tired of this shit, Lisa. We don't want to have to hear about Lenny all the time. We don't want to have to hear you whine and cry all the time about your bubble life. We don't want to. And you are doing ain't much by going into your second year hijacking every conversation and emotionally hijacking these people's. It's emotional manipulation, Lisa. You're the only bitch that can cry on command. Are you, Lisa? Really? Watch this. You're not, Lisa. You're not the only bitch that can cry on command. Okay? And by the way, when other bitches cry, their tears matter too, Lisa. How about that? In your bubble, your tears are the only ones that matter. Well, in the real world, everybody's tears have salt, bitch. And my tears matter too. They're just as salty as your tears. But I'm supposed to stop my life, Lisa, because you're crying again about Lenny? I reclaim my time, Lisa Hochstein. And I reclaim my mind, just like Kiki Barth. You do not have a right to hijack my vacation. You do not have a right to hijack every freaking scene. Lenny, 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 Lenny. STFU. Put some big girl panties on that little ass, your little narrow hip ass. Put some big girl panties on that shit, Lisa. And grow the fuck up. How about that? Happy Friday, y'all. Grow up, Lisa. Lisa, I'd appreciate it if you grew up and began to do something else besides cry about Lenny. Girl, you and Ashley Darby's forehead are so not as smart as you think you are. And the looks you guys have, I mean, looks fade. Ask anybody. Looks fade. So what you need to be doing is making smart decisions about you and your kids' future. Okay? All this crying about Lenny, unless you're making money moves behind the scenes that we can't see, you are just wasting your time. Nobody cares. Nobody cares anymore. We cared when he first broke up with you. We were like, oh my God, that's horrible. How could he? He practically begged you to have those babies. And then more and more of the story came out that you allowed the parties with the half naked girls, you allowed the people into the house, and then the people that was in the house ended up blowing your husband. Note to self, don't let other holes in your house. Don't do that. Don't be an ultra cool points wife. Huh, LL? Sit down, woman. I call my dog a woman. You think she gets mad that I misidentify her species? Are dogs women too? I don't know. But Lisa is a trip, you guys. Oh my gosh. Because she says that she's joking. She's a liar. Let's just put that out there. Am I have an allegedly thing up here? Yeah. Lisa, in my opinion, is a freaking liar, you guys. Because she's like, oh, I was just kidding. That's how I process. That's how I play. No, you only say that stuff after somebody calls you out for your other behavior because it wasn't right. And then you try to act like, I was just kidding. Where's your sense of humor? No, we don't have a sense of humor because it's not funny. Because you're not funny, Lisa Hochstein. You're not funny. You're an emotional manipulator. You want everything to be about you. And when it's not, you stand up on gondolas and throw tacos to dogs to make it about you. And then you stand up at the tallest lady in the thing. But then now you, every time she says anything to you, you're like, what, are you going to fight me again? Are you going to attack me again? Are you going to throw something at me again? Emotional manipulation. Not to mention, she's doing exactly what Doritos did to Garcelle with the hyper aggressiveness towards that black woman, but you started the shit. So you can stand up over me after I asked you several times not to do that. It triggers me because where I come from, you do that. We're about to have to do a next step, Lisa Hochstein. And by the way, Austin Powers called. They need their costume back. Lisa, I'm not sure what that outfit was. Watch it be Versace or something. I don't even know, but it looked stupid. It looked like she went and raided Austin Powers. And she was trying to be shagalicious, groovy on the Miami Mamacita boat. She's just so utterly annoying to me. And entitled. Oh my God, the privilege and the title that oozes off of her. It's so hard to watch. I almost want to fast forward, but for me to be able to tell you how I feel about it, I have to listen. So, and how I end up feeling about it is exactly why they wanted to fast forward through the scene, because I knew she was going to end up triggering me with her freaking entitlement. She wants us all every season to sit around and listen to her. And anytime somebody else has a moment, she doesn't have nothing for them. Nothing, you guys. Case in point. So first she makes Kiki the big bad lady. You're so big and mean and bad towards me, Kiki. You threw a juice box in my direction, Kiki. Right? And now, every single time, instead of letting that go, every single time, you have to I'm not even going to give her the passive. You have to aggressively antagonize Kiki further by villainizing her reaction to you being a bitch. How about that? She was being a bitch. You got what you get when you are a bitch towards somebody. And now the reaction of you being a bitch towards somebody is the problem. You guys, in life, if you're a bitch towards somebody and somebody has something back towards you, you have to realize your part in that. Did you play a part in their reaction towards you? Did you? Most people do. I mean, most things in life are cause and effect, right? But Lisa acts like it's just, I don't even know what math physics she's doing over there. I have no idea. It must be great to get away with that much shit in life and to get to the age where you can be Lisa Hochstein with two other people in your charge and be so completely oblivious to your deeds towards others. You know what I mean? So finally, they get back over to Alexia's penthouse, and everybody looks great. I am loving the fashions over here. The ladies over here are always serving buckets of sexiness. I love it. Shout out to Miami Hot Hot Fire Sex Appeal. Love it, love it, love it. The ladies were getting glammed up. Everybody looked great. Everybody looked spectacular. They get up there, they're having their little drinks and food before they go downstairs, and here comes Lisa again. And oh yeah, and then Lisa was whining to her, even her makeup people, about it, right? So she's getting herself into a mood. That's what people do sometimes. You can work yourself up into a mood, right? Like you could have let it go, but instead you're sitting with Glam Squad and you're talking to them about the juice box, and you're making yourself a victim in it, and so that you can prepare to be that type of victim when you're around the rest of the girls, so that you can again try to villainize Kiki for reacting to you. So like it's a whole act, you guys. And I really am like wondering, how is she able to, why is Kiki the only one calling her out? I don't know. Well, Kiki's the only one bothered because I guess the other ladies have enough that they aren't bothered by it, but it's very bothersome. So anyway, um, there was a Larsa walks in, and when Larsa walks in, Lisa, in her Lisa Hochstein way, is acting very hurt. I'm so hurt. She can't even talk to Kiki. She can't even talk to Kiki. She has to just take herself and whisk herself away. And so Larsa is like, Kiki, what's going on? She's like, well, every time I come around Lisa, she keeps saying things to me about these, hitting her and this, that, and the other. And I just want her to stop. Like, why does she keep doing this to me? She needs to just let it go. And she's making it hard for me. And Larsa Pippen, of all people, uh, is like, you're right. And she thinks that Lisa is wrong. And she doesn't think that Lisa has a leg to stand on because she saw exactly what we saw, which is you started with Kiki. And her responding to you isn't the problem. You owe Kiki an apology. And of course, Lisa's sitting there talking about, I want an apology from Kiki. You guys, the entitlement, okay? So, then of course, Julia, when her lips aren't trying to steal kisses from her girlfriends during Pride weekend so she can get toasters for turning them gay, because Martina Navratilova told her that for every person she makes a lesbian, she's going to get a toaster from the Lesbian Association. So now Julia is on a mission to get toasters. So she got heck of kisses on the trams already, and she got a couple kisses on the boat. But now she comes in and she's ready for some more kisses, and everybody's air kissing Julia. I guess maybe because they had their lipstick on already, but she was only getting air kisses that night. She kind of looked a little deflated to me when she had to get her third air kiss upon walking in. She's like, free kisses. And everybody only air kissed her. And she went over and kind of got her drink. I was like, oh, Julia, it's the lipstick, girl. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. And no, but she was like, damn, I won't get any toasters. Because one kiss does not a lesbian make. So she comes in, now everybody's there, and she comes into listening or ear hustling Kiki and Larsa talking about the entitlement of Lisa Hochstein and her ever victimized self, right? And of course, in Julia fashion, she runs right out and says, well, yeah, she's in there talking about you. It's bad. They're in there talking about you. Now, what's interesting is Julia, did you say that Kiki was in there talking about her? Or did you say they were in there talking about her? Because they were definitely in there talking about her when you were in there. So if you ran your little ass out there and told Lisa that it was mostly Kiki talking, Larsa was co-signing and starting the conversation, kicking it off most of that conversation. So the editing, though, that they use for Miami as well as Married to Medicine, that's the same production company. And a lot of stuff ends up on the floor, you guys. And so we don't have the full context a lot. But it is great mixing up enough for television to keep us confused and talking about that shit, I guess. Anyway, so she goes out there and does her Julia thing and starts a fire, and then comes back in to hear Nicole telling on her that you just went outside and started a fire. And yeah, at least she owned it, you guys. In Lisa Rinna fashion, she owned it. She's like, I did. Oops, was that me? That was funny. So just get it started. That's what they're there for. You need a pot stirrer, you need a shade assassin, and you need these types of people on these reality shows. So, or else it could be a boring night. It would have been a boring night, right? Because Lisa would have just, I guess, had Lenny to cry about all night. But now she got to hyper focus on not having everybody kiss her butt because they agreed with her that Kiki attacked her and not the vice versa. So they all go downstairs and they're having a great time downstairs. They're dancing, they're singing, the gays are out, they're having a fabulous time. There's some drag queens dancing with the ladies. The music is pumping, the strobe lights, everybody has their bracelet, the drinks are flowing, it's gay. It's so wonderful, it's pride. Oh my gosh, let's have a blast. But no, not the emotional hijacker, Lisa. Of course, what does she see, you guys? She sees everybody having fun, not paying her any freaking attention in her ever victim role, trying to sit there and look as sullen as possible. You know how when you chastise your kid and you have to like tell them something and then they look all forlorn every time you walk past them? Uh-huh. So talk about a wet blanket. Leave your wet blankets at home, Lisa. But no, she has to make everything about her and suck the oxygen out of the room, not in a good way. When I walk in a room, I suck the oxygen out of the room because everybody's like, oh, the party's about to start. Look who just walked in. So that's a good way to steal it. But when Lisa walks in the room, it's like, oh, here comes the wet blanket. Are we going to be able to breathe? Oh my God. Have you guys ever tried to breathe through a wet blanket? It's not easy. It's uncomfortable. You don't like it. That's what it's like having Lisa's energy over there at that party, you guys. Oh, and she sees everybody having fun. So she goes around systematically trying to individually poke holes in everybody's fun. Walk past them looking all unhappy. Oh, what's wrong? Oh, I'm just not having fun. And then she tries her fake tears. Because her tears are the only tears that matter, you guys. In her bubble, her tears are the only tears that matter. So she does a little fake cry here. She does a little fake cry there. Tries to get everybody's attention. Oh, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not having fun. You shouldn't be. Because you're not a fun person, Lisa. You're a manipulative hijacker type of person. Nobody wants to be around that. No wonder you're not having fun. So then, instead of let the wet blanket go upstairs by her wet self, they all leave with her because I guess they're older than they thought. They older than they thought, and they could really just go upstairs now anyway. So they all go back upstairs to the penthouse. They get back upstairs to the penthouse, and they're sitting down. And there's a beautiful moment when Kiki's like, look, I feel like this, and this is happening. And Lisa, you specifically are doing this, and you don't even know why I was triggered. So she's like, you guys don't even know me. I grew up like that. And she lays her soul bare. And I have wanted to know more about Kiki. I've been asking for more Kiki Barth ever since she came up on this screen, you guys. I've been wanting to know Kiki. I want to get to know her. I want to know what she does. I want to know about her dildo collection. I want to know about her dating life. I want to see her beautiful kids. I want to see how she like navigates the Miami dating scene. I want to know Kiki Barth. I want to know her. So in this episode, when she finally got a chance to open up to the world and she got a moment to speak her truth uninterrupted from her soul, the vulnerability of telling these women that grew up with almost silver spoons or whatever they got now that, hey, I didn't grow up like you. It was triggering for me to see that. I mean, and everything, and I just like had a reaction, and that's why I tossed that. But you guys don't even know me to know that was why it would have been a freaking trigger. You don't even know my son's name, Lisa. You never even asked me my son's name. Crying, laid bare, open, vulnerable, human. Kiki was so human in that moment. She was so human and relatable. And you know what that bitch, Lisa Karen Hochstein, said? Tears flowing down Kiki's cheeks, you guys. Snot dripping from her nose. It was a real moment. And the bitch that's been crying to us for 2 seasons about the man she met in Vegas when she was a freaking hostess at a Hooter bar or whatever it was, left her for the next Hooter bar waitress, but not really. The other lady does have a lot of shit going on, you guys, a lot of stuff. Cried to us for 2 years, demanding our compassion. For 2 years, being the ever victim. We gotta understand where she's coming from. Help her through this. I just need my friends. But when the black woman, Kiki Barth, sat there and laid her soul bare so this other woman could understand, Lisa said to her, "It's not my job to fix your childhood trauma, Kiki." You guys, and women who are my curvies know me well enough to know that was gonna get talked about today on LRGA Curves. Because that bitch, no, she didn't. 2 years of begging me to give a fuck about your situation, and this woman tells you about this emotional shit, and you don't, oh my God. It's not my job to fix your emotional, your childhood trauma, bitch. It's not our job to give a fuck about you and Lenny. It's not my job to give a fuck about you and Lenny, Lisa. And that's what Kiki's been saying. It's not her job to have her moments of peace when she's not spending time with her child. It's not her job to carve out a space of I give a fuck for you and your Lenny problems for 2 years. I've had enough, Lisa. Can we get off that subject already, Lisa? Is there something else you could possibly talk about, Lisa? Please. We've heard it enough, Lisa. But no, she don't get nothing. Nothing. You better listen to me complain about Lenny some more. You better let me hijack this vacation when you're away from your kids. You better let me hijack all your time while you're in another place. You better let me, and you better be okay with it because I'm Lisa Hochstein, bitch. Ooh-wee. There's something in melanated people that we all understand very clearly. So when that statement was made by the Hochstein, that's Lisa, she was immediately Gertified. Gertie was like, oh, Lisa, no. She's like, come on, Kiki. Her and Kiki got up and they were like, that's not okay. They were getting ready to leave. And Kiki turns around and says, you know what, Lisa? What's going on with you and Lenny is your karma. It's your karma. And ooh, it's what you get. And then, of course, Lisa looks all upset at that, too. And everybody else is like, oh, that's horrible to say. No, it wasn't horrible to say. What she just said was horrible to say. And I hope the 8th housewife cut out their reactions, because if they only reacted to what Kiki just said in that moment, then all of those bitches are Karens. If not near one of those hoes had an issue with what Lisa said to Kiki about I'm not here to fix your childhood trauma, but only had a clutch pearls moment when Kiki turned around and said, that's your karma, bitch. They're borderline Karen asses too. And Gertie shouldn't have been the only one to get up, in my opinion. Larsa should have got up with her ass. Nicole should have got up with her ass. The only person left in that penthouse should have been Alexia, because that's where she needs to lay her head. Marisol, because that's who she sleeps with. And Nicole and her Hochstein freaking I got all my fillers out ass. Yes. It's not my job to fix your childhood trauma was the only thing Lisa Hochstein could think to say to Kiki Barth, who she had injured. Instead of, I'm sorry. Instead of, oh my God, thank you for sharing. Instead of, oh damn, well, I had no idea. She could have said anything else. But what that devil said, what that demon said, was, it's not my job to fix your childhood trauma. Ooh-wee! I don't know what Lisa got in the settlement that she was crying about in the last episode when she got on the boat and was throwing the tacos at the dogs. But whatever it is she gets in that settlement might be too much. I don't know that she deserves much. If she doesn't even have an modium of freaking compassion for her sestra, Kiki Barth. We're only supposed to have all our compassion for you, Lisa, and your fake tears. Huh? I can't. I hope Lisa gets a huge long break next season. I hope she goes wherever Anna Krupa is, off my screen. I don't ever need to know what happened to Lisa. I don't ever need to know what happened to her kids. I really don't need to know what happened to Lenny. I don't care about their house on Star Island that they used to rent out for Airbnb to pay the mortgage, that her house, for the deed that her name wasn't on. I don't know. She's not interesting. She's not fashion. She dresses like a retired stripper. She has no substance. She has no evolution. And she has no compassion for my sestra, Kiki Barth. So, yep, she gets to get retired to the land of Anacrupa, and I hope Adriana gets a full flamingo next year. What do they hold in Florida, in Miami? Flamingos, right? I hope she's holding a flamingo next year. And Lisa's someplace wherever people go after they've worn out their welcome on my TV screen. And they don't get royalties, right? So I'm not going to still be fronting her nothing, right? So yeah, off my screen. Cut her out. I hope this is the last time. Why is she even on the freaking thing anymore? Oh my God. She can go. For real, for real. Even bring back Marisol. Let Marisol even hold a flamingo next year. Anybody but Lisa Hochstein. And today is a portal, 2924 is a portal. It's a new moon portal. And it's all about manifestation. So I'm putting this into the universe that we're manifesting Lisa Hochstein off of Miami next year. And those who were in the house today will know that it worked or not when she's on or off our screen next year. Okay? That's all I can offer. Let's get at these comments, you guys, because wee! And I can drop the link if anybody wants to come up and say some words or share an opinion. Because I was like, Let's see what's going on. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Mamere, good morning. Amy Wheeler, good morning. Yes, I was so mad at Lisa too. Oh my God. I should really guard my own emotions more because these bitches be having me triggered. Okay. Right? I was furious. Canadians are supposed to know better. Is Lisa a Canadian? I thought she was a Jamaican. Or is it by way of Canada? I wanted Kiki to slap her, right? Yeah, but yeah, then she would have really been the aggressive black woman. Nope, just do what she did. Tell her that's her karma and walk out, right? Time to change her name to Karen. Yes. No more Lisa. Lisa Karen. I was trying to do a play on words. Let me see. Karen Lisa Karen. I don't know, but she needs to go. She doesn't need a muzzle. She needs no camera time. That'll be how you kill her the best. She loves being able to act this way in front of the camera. She loves it. She sees zero wrong with it. Her daughter's going to grow up being the same way, probably. Her kid's going to grow up being the same way. You know what I mean? Unless they do some real work on themselves. They're going to end up just like this. I can't. Amy, I was very happy to see Kiki take Lisa. Yes, when Lisa brought up Kiki's trauma. Yes, punch the TV. I felt like it too. When she said, it's not my job to fix your trauma. Well, why are you crying for 2 years then? Why were you crying for 2 years? Were you saying that was our job to fix your trauma, but it's not your specific job to fix Kiki's? I don't get it. I am right there with you. I would much rather hear about Kiki's childhood than Lisa's BS right now. Exactly. She literally threw a temper tantrum in the middle of a boat. Oh my gosh. She could have knocked everybody over. Preach. Lisa Hochstein was all the way wrong. Period. Yes. And we weren't even going to talk about her Austin Powers raid on the costumes, right? I swear Lisa is medicated. Not the right kind of medication. And whatever she's taking isn't mixing with the booze. Hey, maybe she just has limited brain cells. Maybe she has limited brain cells and that's her problem, period. Because she doesn't get any more passes. She's like gum on the bottom of my shoe right now. She's just annoying. You know how when you have gum on the bottom of your shoe, but you don't feel like taking it off when you walk, you can feel that bump on the bottom of your shoe? That's Lisa Hochstein right now. Just get her off. Get her off away from me. Amy behavior. Oh, Amy, her behavior makes me hate Lenny less, right? Like you're like literally thinking poor Lenny right now. Literally, we're thinking poor Lenny. Poor Lenny. I'll never forget Lisa trying to claim she had struggling immigrant story because she's Canadian. See, and I was thinking I was like, well, she ain't like no Jamaican I ever did, but Canadian. I usually love a good Canadian. She's not very Michael J. Fox though. Shit. Because none of her other girls are going to agree. Exactly. Kiki was upset because she is the only woman who understood the Karen behavior regarding the canal homes. Yes. Yes. Well, I'm sure the other women, well, no, she's the only one that understood it. And she had to explain it. And when she explained it to them, they were like, oh, yeah. you know? Yeah, what the F? I'm Canadian, and I can attest that going to states is like going to the grocery store, not a big deal, right? I think the ladies are tired of Julia's sexual assaults. Thank you. Like, I'm like, okay. So I actually said that last week. I was like, is her kissing people a form of SA? Like, you got to have consent. And if she's tricking people into these kisses, then that's not fair. And then kissing everybody after everybody, like how Adriana said. Adriana thought it was cute when she was the only one kissing Julia, but when she found out she kissed all the other women, she's like, ugh, Not saying that they're all germy or anything, but it's still like, ugh, you know? Yeah, I love Julia, but she needs to settle down on these sexual antics. Yeah, I'm not all like that. Amy, I'm not a prude, but Julia's a little too affectionate. Yeah. I love Julia too, but she's gonna have to keep those lips to herself. It's and that's why everybody air kissed her later. She doesn't even see it yet. Hopefully she'll have a moment of clarity on why that was later, but or had that moment of clarity since this already aired last year. But yeah, everybody air kissed her. And even though I wanted her to stop, I kind of felt bad for her that their way of telling her to stop was air kisses from now on, Julia. Me either. A little peck here, a little peck there would have been fine. Just seems overboard. Yeah, literally seemed like she was working hard on a toaster. Very hard. I'm not with that. Don't try to turn nobody nothing. You be you, I'll be me. But you're not getting no toaster off of my ass. Let me be me. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing sometimes people say with certain things is they kind of feel like they get indoctrinated or something, or kind of coerced into being something that they usually wouldn't have even entertained, and then it's a whole big problem. So yeah, it's becoming very more obvious why Lisa's own family disowned her. Mm, mm, mm. That is a huge statement right there. Talk about it's not her job to fix Kiki's childhood trauma. Nope, but it's your job to fix your childhood trauma, bitch. Why isn't your whole family messing with you? Why are you alone in Miami right now? Why don't you have nobody in your family of your blood to lean on right now? Why does it have to be my ears for 2 years on a reality show, Lisa? Where your family at, girl? Where your family at? If we're not fixing other people's childhood trauma, that means you're working on yours, right? That means your childhood trauma is all resolved because it's everybody's job to resolve their own family childhood trauma, right, Lisa Hochstein? Right? Whatever. She don't get none from me. It is kind of sad, just a little sad, but not a lot of sad. Yeah, I guess they did. The party looked like so much fun. Oh my God. So, okay, your girl, LRGA Curves, grew up in Oakland. The city of San Francisco was my playground for my formidable party years. Oh my gosh. Loved Pride in the city. Oh my gosh. And then we used to have this thing called the Folsom Street Fair too. And that was for all the people that like wearing leather chaps with all the Republicans and Democrats out all over the thing. And that was like Yeah, it was a huge pride. And I was surprised that the San Francisco pride wasn't even bigger than the Mexico pride, but wow. Yeah, it looks like so much fun. CC, I'm starting to hate Lenny less. I think I understand him better now. Yeah, all the times he was just kind of looking at her like she's talking, but do I want to pay attention? Remember, he would actually. What? What? Wait a second. Son has excellent news. That was Son coming to tell me that he just had a teacher. So I homeschool. And the way we do it through this charter school is I'm a parent teacher, but then we have a student teacher that's from the actual school place. And they help me help him stay on, curriculum, state stuff, and everything. And there's a lot of different, we get a stipend of like $3,000 per kid per year. And that helps with like elective school supplies and everything. And then he just had a student teacher meeting and he's doing excellent so far the second semester. And I already knew that, but I like when they say it too so that we're all on the same page. Anyway, congratulations, son. Um, yeah, we're starting to hate Lenny less and less. Remember all those scenes, and at first I was like, oh, poor Lisa, that was so awkward when she's like, you love me, right? You love me, right? And oh, we haven't eaten dinner out here. And it was just like he always looked like he wanted to be doing anything else, and I was like, oh, poor Lisa. Nope, 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 she's so self-involved. I'm surprised. I don't know, Lenny seems like the kind of man that needs a lot of ego stroking and a lot of attention. Um, Most men do require a modium, a ego stroking. You tell them they look good, they put it down good, they're so strong, they're so this. That's like, you just stroke their egos and you tell them the awesome things that you love about them. Men love that, love it. And if Lisa was only getting that from Lenny and not giving it to Lenny, I bet this new girl, I bet she tells Lenny his shit smells like roses and that she loves the way his three hairs on the top of his head stick up. I know that's right. I know that's right. I bet she is giving him more attention than he's giving her. I bet. I bet. That's usually the one. The one they leave you for is the one that gave him the most attention. I wouldn't know, but that's what I heard. Hey, Milo. Right? We get it, Lenny. We get it. I'm obsessed with Kiki. I want to know her more. Oh my God. More Kiki, more Kiki. I could have a spinoff with Kiki and Gertie and Nicole, you guys. And Nicole is a new mom, a second time new mom. Gertie is navigating her family life and healing up from cancer and getting her gertification on now that she's back whole again. And Kiki is navigating the dating scene, being the single mom, and all of that. That would be an awesome cast. And they're all a little younger. And then we could have Marisol, Alexia, and Adriana be the aunties of the show. But we could switch the focus over to two married ladies, Gertie and Nicole, Dr. Nicole, and one friend and a non-married lady trying to be a housewife, Kiki, and even Adriana. Watching Adriana date now that she's feeling herself and being a little pop star, if she could get some viable men to be candidates, that could be fun too. But I don't necessarily have to see Lenny and Kiki and Alexia and Larsa next season. Yeah, I want to know Kiki more. That's fascinating, you guys. And then we can maybe have a trip to Haiti or a Zoom call to Hades or something like that. Where is she from? Lauren. Is she from Haiti? I think no. That's Gertie who's from Haiti. Where was Kiki from? Anyway. But yeah, that could be a lot. I admire Kiki for trying to share her story, but talking to Lisa was like a brick wall. That's what I say. It's like talking to wood. You never have somebody that you worked with in the office and you were in charge, like you were over them, and you would go and be like, oh, I need this report done by this day, and the report needs to have this, this, and this. And they'll look you dead in your face and say, okay. And then you come back to them and it's not done, or it's not done correct. And you were like, well, did you not understand me? And they're like, oh no, I get it, I get it. And then they come back again and it's wrong. That's like talking to wood. Yeah, like the wood we make our shelves with. Wood. They're very dense. Don't get it. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't even understand. She doesn't get it. Brick wall. Well, a brick wall is a good name for Lisa. I don't know. I'm old school, and they used to have that song called "She's a Brick." Dun dun dun. A house. Well, let me put that on the list for my daddy's memorial tomorrow. She's mighty mighty, just letting it all hang out. Still making a list of music. His memorial's tomorrow, you guys. Oh, I've been an emotional wreck. As it turns out, they say it's not going to get better. I'm just going to be able to work this pain into my life more. I'm a blubbering emotional person right now. It's all good. But Brick House. Oh, here's my pen. Brick House, Daddy's music. Huh, Milo. We're going to add Brick House to it. I should tear this page out. I've been making notes everywhere about the music for tomorrow. You should see. So anyway, they used to have this song called "She's a Brick, dun dun dun, a house, dun dun dun, woo. She's mighty mighty, just letting it all hang out." So, a brick wall. It don't remind me of a brick house. All I'm saying, I don't want her to ruin bricks for me. Right? We love Kiki. 2 years, 2 freaking years. Okay. Yep. Lisa's karma. Kiki is so beautiful and open. I love it. If she didn't see what a horrible person I hope she sees it now. I don't think she's that self-aware though. I don't think she's going to go back and like check herself or nothing. Unless she gets directly in trouble for it, and when they don't bring her back and send her to wherever Anna Krupa is, she'll try to act like she gets it. You know what I mean? She'll try to act like she gets it, but she doesn't really want to get it. Marisol is not a real housewife. No, she's a friend of, isn't she? She doesn't get a flamingo leg. Yeah. We don't Karen about Lisa. Hi, Terry. You funny. Yes. Happy Friday. That is hilarious. Oh, we're not caring about her anymore. I wonder if Lisa can swim. Flipping out intentionally someone housewife and getting her pool in the ocean. That is hilarious. Lisa Karen Hochstein. Yep. Both Lenny and Lisa are disgusting. Yeah, they deserve. Birds of a feather flock together and usually sleep in the same bed. Look. Terry, what kind of nutter has a pool? It can't swim, right? What about the kids? Who's going to save the kids when they fall in? Who puts on bikinis and can't swim in a pool? That's true. See, she's all about appearances, you guys. Yeah. Yes, our Michael J. Fox, right? Yeah, he's a nice Canadian. I like him. Yes, he's a Canadian hero. We love him. Love Michael J. Fox. I used to have the biggest crush on Michael J. Fox, and that's part of why I got into finance, you guys, was because Michael J. Fox, he was the most financial savvy young person I ever met. They was trying to let us know something way back then. Michael J. Fox, love him. Yes. Tell our son I say congratulations, homeschool. Right on. Yes. Thank you so much. Hey, Zion, they said good job. Yep. So down to earth. Wasn't that nice? Yes. Oh yeah, you're gonna homeschool your granddaughter. Well, yeah, when you look into it, make sure you check around. There's all different types of, here in California, we have great systems. That's why we get the stipend and everything else. From what I hear of my friends in other states, they don't have some of the resources we have out here, but it does take searching too. There were many, many options when I was looking at homeschooling, and I opted for a charter homeschool. A charter homeschool. The curriculum was different and it also had this stipend available. And we also have in-person events and all kind of stuff. So we meet up in various places throughout the county. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Now, the only thing let me tell you this. So, the homeschool thing, the only thing is socialization. Yes. So, my kids do require socialization and they need it more. I acknowledge that. And also, I acknowledge that socialization also is peer pressure, but they have to learn how to navigate the peer pressure also. But at this time, I don't really feel like navigating social peer pressure is as important as building up their confidence within themselves before I send them out to the wolves, so to speak. So, yeah, we get these A's and B's up in here, send them out to the world smart, confident. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, we do what we do. Only do what we can. Lenny always looked like he would rather be anywhere but with Lisa. Like, how do you Frankenstein your wife and then not want to be around Frankenstein? Like, he literally had Build-A-Bitch, right? He put all the fillers in her. He would do all the stuff. She was a walking billboard. And he didn't even want to look at his work, you guys. A Milo spinoff. Oh, yeah, just those three. Wouldn't that be cute? Wouldn't that be cute? Because the other ladies are kind of like, they don't really jive. They're in competition with these ladies for no reason because you're not going to win. They're younger. They're younger. There's like that's the thing with life. There's the maiden, the the stages of womanhood. What is it? The maiden, the lady, the crone. And once you're a crone, like, we look to you for wisdom. There's nothing bad with being a crone. Like, but you've already been the maiden and the lady. So, and we love the housewives, and we love all different housewives. I love that we have the maiden, the lady, and the crone on a housewife, but I would love a show with just those three. That could really develop into something really nice, I think, if we saw like Anthony and uh, Dr. Nicole and how they're doing with their new kid. And we would love to see how Dr. Nicole can just take off because you are a whole freaking doctor of anesthesiology. So you can just take off and have your baby and then go back to your job if you feel like it or not. And then watching Gertie and Randall navigate healing after that and seeing how her two sons, I love Gertie's kids. Oh my God. And then we got to see a clip, a little snippet of Kiki's son. Oh my God. He's a little looker. Did you see him? He's so cute. I want to see more of him. So sweet. Yeah, Kiki and Gertie are from Haiti, huh? Yes. Enzo and Godzilla. Yeah, Gonzo. Kiki's also here, Haitian. We love the Muppets. Yeah, I'm still going through it. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. That's why I'm on here this morning. Like, it's like really look, I took off work because I couldn't focus. But this is like focusing in a different kind of way for me, you know? So yeah. Yes, we love it. We love it. Good job, Zion. Build a bitch. Yeah, that's what he did. Yes. Yes, they be talking about build a bear. No, build a bitch. Sarah, hi. Only 30% of communication is verbal, 70% is nonverbal, includes online communication. Exactly, Terry. And all of Lenny's nonverbal cues was he's not interested in you. We don't see enough of Gertie, Kiki, and Doc. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like they want us to. Are they forcing Alexia to be the main one? Because I don't care about what nothing Todd says, and I don't believe him, you guys. I don't care about it, and I don't believe him. Okay? Him and Lisa, they might end up together because I don't believe either one of them. And then Marisol, she's only a friend of, so we don't even get her a lot. Who else are they forcing on us in this? Yeah, and Lisa and Larsa. Yeah, see, the three that they force on us, we don't care about. We don't care about. Sarah, love you. Terry, my son has nonverbal communication disorder. Makes understanding social cues difficult. It makes life hard. Yeah. Okay. Nonverbal communication disorder. Mimere. But do you also recognize like your son is like completely over all of us in so many ways? That's what I find with some of the people in my life that have like specifically communication issues where it's not, I'm doing air quotes, a normal style of communication. And but they're geniuses in so many ways that I almost feel like they just like words are almost beneath them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? I love how much you love so many things that you admire you. Yeah, Terry is a freaking wise woman. I don't care that much about Alexia. Me neither. Love it. Okay, you guys, that's coming right on the hour of me ranting about the freaking Real Housewives of Miami. Next week, we're going to get, I think, the final episode, and then we're on to the reunion. The reunion looks got dropped yesterday. Everybody looked good, except for Lisa, of course. She looked cheap. But, oh, I think the best dress is Kiki, Marisol, and Adriana and Gertie. And Nicole looked great with her baby bump. And Alexia was more conservative this year. And Lisa had on a Lisa dress. Her head is bigger than anything else on her body, you guys. I don't know if that's a disorder or what. But yeah, the ladies look lovely. And they're serving us a whole Mexico Spanish vibe. And Adriana got the assignment right this year. Everybody was talking about her last year, but she got the assignment right this year. She had that headdress on and everything and looking like the Madonna. Woo-wee, she looked great. Anyway, you guys, I love you. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Remember, you can have, do, be anything you want. It's not hocus hocus. It's focus, focus. So focus on your dreams, focus on your goals, focus on your health, and focus on love. Because, hey, at the end of the day, that's what it'll be about, right? So have a fantastic day. Oh, wait, three more. Mamir, NLD, you mean his disability is scoring off the charts? Verbal intelligence, manual not matches, comes from different. Yes, spectrum disorder, evolution in action. Yes, that's what I was saying. Oh my God. I think the same thing too. Like they call it on the spectrum, but I'm like, it's a whole different type of evolution because a lot of the words people say are just blah, 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 right? So if we can, like, okay, I'm going to even take it to the aliens. They always say the aliens do the telepathy thing, right? That's a whole other way of communicating, you guys. It's evolution, right? Yes, evolution. The spectrum. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yep, we're on our way to Krista's right now, you guys. So we're gonna go talk about Real Housewives. I think of Beverly Hills over on Whose Side Are You On? And I'm gonna double back and live stream it to my channel too here. So I love you guys. Be great. Be you. See you in the next video. I love my curves.